Hey everybody, how's it going? We are Pops with Purpose. I'm Michael.
I'm Faith.
And we have a very cool video for you to do today. And actually, we will link a bunch of channels in the description. You're going to actually see today, May 15th, 20 separate videos that have to do with what we're showing you today. So we'll explain more right after this.
Okay guys, we're back.
Alright, so as you can see, I have my Avengers style comic book type t-shirt on. Faith has a DC style Justice League comic t-shirt on. If you can see back here, one of my favorite things that I usually have hanging on the wall in the other bedroom where we do a lot of our boxing for mystery boxes and whatnot. I would like to find a place to hang it in here so that it shows up on camera, but that remains to be seen. But what we have today is a collaboration with 19 other channels, 10 pop channels, 10 comic book channels. Now, I'm not 100% sure if all of the comic book collectors have a channel. At the very least, they have an Instagram. We are going to do our best to link all 19 in the description so that you can go and check out their videos as well. Now what we did was, this is a collaboration put on by Mama J and Spectre and Tacoma, who is a comic channel. Now they wanted to do a box swap between 10 of us pop channels and 10 comic channels. So we sent whoever we got chosen to send to, we sent them some pop stuff. They sent us some comic book stuff. Now we had a questionnaire to answer. Can you pull that up real quick? That message I sent you. So just so we are clear, they wanted to know like what our favorite comic book characters were, if we were interested in runs or keys, and they kind of explained what that was exactly. If you're into comic books, then you'll have no problem understanding that. We didn't know what it was. So basically a run is or a key is a comic that's important for some specific reason, like a first run or a first issue or a first appearance of a character, something like that. And then, you know, they wanted to know, did we want to do, if we wanted keys, did you want like a couple of big major key pieces or a few smaller ones? So we told them, hey, whatever you guys think, whatever you want to send, you guys are the comic book wizards. So we don't have a lot of comic books yet. However, we are getting more into them. I enjoy reading them. So that's what we're going to open today, is some comic books that were sent to us by another channel. And once we get to the end, there should be a card in here that will tell us who it was that sent us these comics. So I had answered, you know, our favorite superheroes. Me is I really like DC stuff, even though I'm wearing an Avengers shirt. Not to say I don't like Marvel, but of course, like most people, I think our favorites are DC and Marvel. I don't know a lot about independent type comic books, and probably some of you, you know, more adamant collectors would know more about that. But so let's dig into this and see. So, you know, my answer for what our favorite stuff was, you know, the run-of-the-mill stuff. Batman, that's my favorite DC character. And then for Faith, you know, the Avengers, Spider-Man for sure is one of Faith's favorites. So that's kind of what we gave them to work with, and we'll see what they came up with for us. This is really cool. I'm really excited that we got to do this. It's cool. We've met a lot of new people through this. You know, on some new channels to watch. I've learned a lot lately about comics, like what slabs are and just all kinds of cool stuff. So, all right, so they're in another little cardboard thing in here, which is cool. So everything's nice and protected. Okay, the card must be inside here somewhere. So let's cut this tape. Like I said, guys, everybody's dropping their video today, so you're gonna have your hands full if you want to keep an eye out for all of those videos. It's going to be some cool stuff. I'm excited to see, you know, the comic book guys open up some pop stuff. And, you know, the cool thing about pops is that a lot of them go hand in hand with comic books. And those are my favorite type pops really to collect, are the comic style ones. You know, there's a lot of TV and movie stuff that we like. I love animation as well. But, of course, you know, a lot of them seem to derive from comic books or comic book movies. So, all right. So here we go. They're right there. Okay, I think there's the card maybe. I'm not sure. Let's hold that down there because I think that may tell us who these are from. We don't want to look at that until the end. So now again, guys, you know, comic books, we're not that well versed on it yet. So as we open, you feel led to let us know in the comments if you know what's what. So we're going to try and do this mystery box style. It looks like they're in here that way so that we don't see them. So okay, so here's number one. I don't know what's front, top, or bottom. So okay, so here's number one. This is an Amazing Spider-Man comic. This is Amazing Grace Part 1. Now this is from February 2016. It's number 1.1 of Amazing Spider-Man version 4. This is cover A, so there must have been a couple of different covers. Now this is really cool too, so thank you. We don't know who you are yet till we get to the end, but that's awesome that you listed all that for us on here because, hey, like we said, we're very new to the comic book. So this is a cool cover. It looks like a variant cover possibly. Guest starring the Centurions, so we'll have to dig into that one and see exactly what that's all about. So that's cool. All right, cool. And oh, this is an older one. So this is the non-mutant superhero. This is the Web of Spiderman. And you got all his villains on there. It says Showdown. And this is number 55 of that series, Web of Spiderman version 1. And this is from October of '89. So that's pretty sweet. I was only 12 years old when that came out.
I wasn't even born.
All right, cool. So this is another cool one. All right, so more Spider-Man. So these are really sweet here. So this one is, I like the color on this cover. This is The Mark of Cain, part 3 of 5. This is number 58, Spider-Man, version 1, May of 1995. So another important year for me. That's the year I graduated high school. So this is cool.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Far from home.
Ooh, you want to show that one?
Limited print. One shot. Dollar General and Kellogg's exclusive.
All right, guys, we had a bit of a technical difficulty, so.
But this is Spider-Man, Far From Home, and it's number 1, and it's from June 2019, and it's one shot, and it's a promotional giveaway for Dollar General and Kellogg's, a limited print.
Cool. I like that cover.
It's so hot in here.
I know. It's a little warm, guys.
We turned the fan off so you wouldn't.
Yeah, because when we have our fan, then you hear it here, so.
Oh, that's for you.
All right. Okay, here we go. So, kind of weird for me, and I'll explain why in just a second. So, here's Detective Comics. This is from September of 1993. Obviously, Detective Comics, we're talking about Batman, and there's Nightfall. So, I'm not superstitious, but I am a little stitious. But this is number 666. I'll show you there. Some of you may know that may give me the heebie-jeebies a little bit, but hey, it's just the number of the comic. All right, so next up. Oh, so this one's cool right here. I like this. And, you know, I'm sure that, you know, when you think Batman, there's probably so many different, like, levels, or I don't know if that would be the way to say it, but different stories of Batman. There's Batman and Robin, there's, you know, the Dark Knight, there's so many. So this one right here is called Aftershock. This is Detective Comics number 725, and that's from September of 1998. So that's very cool. And mind you, I think I forgot to mention, for both of us, whether you are a comic collector, a comic channel, or a pop channel, it was supposed to be somewhere in the range of $35 to $45. I'm just going to tell you, we went a little bit over that, unfortunately. Mama J's vision on it was that for each of us to see, now that we're going to start collecting comics, what you could expect to get for that amount of money. So she really wanted us to stick to the price. Unfortunately, we went a little bit over it, and I apologize for that. But so far, for $35 to $45, we've already gotten six pretty sweet comics here. 4 Spider-Man and 2 Batman so far. So very, very cool. This is the last one?
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. So this is number 1000 Detective Comics from May of 2019. And this is cover H, which is from Tim Sale, which is a 1990s variant of this story. So this is commemorating the 80 years of Batman. And this is a sticker on this one, or at least the price for this one was $10. So that alone, you know, is a good book. It looks very cool. I would like to read these. That's very cool. All right, so there is a letter here. Okay, I'm going to show that. So it looks like who we chose was, well, there's Rick's Comic City. So maybe that's where the books were bought. Okay, so it says mystery box courtesy of Toy Crunch 78. I hope you like and enjoy these books. So that's the comic collector that chose our name for the giveaway. So Toy Crunch 78. So make sure you guys go and check him out. His information will be linked along with all the other channels. Like I said, I'm not sure that all the comic book collectors and channels have, or all the comic book collectors have a YouTube channel necessarily, but I'm for sure they have an Instagram because we were all communicating. We just didn't know who chose which name. So we'll definitely link Toy Crunch there. Thank you so much. These books are awesome. We can't wait to dig in. Let us know in the description or in the comments what you thought of them. Which one do you like the best?
That one.
The Far From Home custom?
Or that one.
Oh, this one with Robin?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so there's Faith's two favorites there. My two favorites out of the list are this one, this 1995 Spider-Man, and then this Detective Comics here, the 80th year anniversary. So that's kind of a trip if you think about it too, that they've been writing Batman comics for 80 years, and really they've been writing Marvel comics for 80 years as well. Because they just, you know, a lot of pops came out last year that were the 80 years of Marvel, and they're still doing some different characters for that. So you figure comic books have had a long life. They continue to go. They continue to give us content from movies and TV shows, and you know, that's a lot of our favorite movies to watch, of course, are comic book stories. You know, or things that are derivative of comic books, or movies that they've made into comic books, you know, like Star Wars and G.I. Joe and Transformers, all those things. You know, you can find comics for all of that stuff. So again, you know, we're not experts. That's why we did this, so that we can kind of get our feet wet with the comic books. So I'm excited. I'm really happy that they asked us to be a part of this and that we were able to send pops to somebody. I hope they enjoyed them. I can't wait to see who opens the stuff we sent, and that they enjoyed it. But you got anything to add? You want to read the comics, or you just...
No, I don't want to read them. I have comics.
Yeah, I enjoy reading comics. I just actually finished reading the Infinity Gauntlet series, so... and then I have another one, a DC. It's more of a, I guess it's more of a graphic novel of the Joker, so yeah, so we appreciate it. Thank you.
Princess Comics.
Princess Comics?
Yeah.
So we thank you guys so much. Toy Crunch, again, thank you very much for these awesome comic books. We're excited. We want to get a little deeper. Actually, today we drove to our local, I guess you'd say, comic book, because it said they were open, but really all they were doing was curbside pickup. So we didn't get anything. But hopefully as soon as this is over, we can actually go out there and not only hunt for pops, but hunt for comics as well. So, all right, guys, do you have a question today?
If you read comics, what's your favorite comic book?
Cool. If you read comics, what's your favorite comic? And then also, if there was any comic book they could make into a movie that they haven't yet, what would it be? Let us know. All right, guys, again, thank you so much. Mama J, Tacoma, thank you for putting this together. This was awesome. We had a lot of fun. As always, guys, everyone has a purpose. What's yours? Bye.
Bye.